Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, June 29th through Sunday, July 5th, 2020. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha for the main message for everyone. And because we have a full moon lunar eclipse this week, I also decided to pull one card from the Black Moon Astrology Cards by Susan Shepard, and that message also will be for everyone. And then over on the other side, we also have an angel that is going to oversee us for the week for this full moon lunar eclipse, and that is going to be from the Angels of Atlantis Oracle Cards by Stuart Pearce. So we have a lot of messages here to talk about this week, and this also brings us into the new month of July 2020. So be sure to go onto my YouTube channel to look for that monthly angel card reading for the month of July. This is the second month where we have some eclipse energy going on, so it is sure to be a powerful month. So let's start out by taking a look at your stones of choice for this powerful first full week of July. All right, so the first stone of choice here is this beautiful selenite palm stone. Isn't that just beautiful? The selenite, this selenite actually comes from the Greek goddess of the moon, Selene. That's what selenite is named for, that Greek goddess of the moon. So this helps with activation of the higher planes of reality. It helps to activate the third eye chakra, the crown chakra, the transpersonal and etheric chakras. Helps to promote purity and honesty, clears energy blockages. It allows for liquid light energy to come in, connects with our spiritual guides and the angelic realm of the highest planes. Again, selenite. Love selenite, one of the stones that I normally meditate with. Okay, the second stone of choice here is another palm stone. They're all actually nice palm stones here. And this is lepidolite. Lepidolite. Now, lepidolite can come in different colors. It can come in gray, pink, or purple. This happens to be a wonderful high vibrational purple lepidolite. So opening up the crown chakra. And this one helps to release and reorganize old behavior and psychological patterns. I thought this stone, actually all the stones I felt like were perfect for this full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn week. So again, releasing and reorganization of old behaviors and psychological patterns, and it gently induces change. There is deep emotional healing with this lepidolite. It is considered a stone of transition. So if there's transitions going on in your life or transitions that you would like to see go on in your life, this might be the perfect stone. It helps to activate the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the third eye chakra, the crown chakra. Helps to clear blockages and brings in cosmic awareness. It also helps to facilitate astral travel and connection to the Akashic records. All right, and then the last stone of choice, let me get my little cheat sheet here out. This one is called flower agate, or another name for this one is cherry blossom agate. Isn't that beautiful? Flower agate or cherry blossom agate. And this one is kind of peachy pink, so it kind of has that heart chakra energy going on a little bit to kind of open up and heal heart chakra energies, falling in love, passion, sacred sexuality, manifestation work. It can be used to dissolve blockages regarding abundance or love or creativity. So if you have any blocks around abundance, love, or creativity, this can help to dissolve those blocks. This helps to initiate corrections in the energy body. It helps to assist with manifestation and abundance through clearing, realigning, and empowering the energy body. This is considered a get stuff done kind of stone. So if you want to get stuff done in this full moon lunar eclipse week, this might be the stone of choice. It helps to move people into their proper place with the cycles of their core alignment, purpose, and destiny. So I'll say that again, moving people into their proper place with the cycles of their core alignment, purpose, and destiny. Some of the key phrases associated with this are go with the flow, go with your joy, and go where the magic takes you in the here and now. So all of these beautiful, powerful stones, got the selenite, got the lepidolite, and got the flower agate, or AKA cherry blossom agate stone. So let's talk a little bit about this powerful astrological week here. So we start out on Monday the 29th, going into Tuesday the 30th, depending on what part of the world you're in, with Jupiter connecting with Pluto. That's going to pack a powerful punch. We've been feeling it since at least midweek. I want to say even before midweek last week, we were feeling this coming up. I want to say maybe for the last 2 weeks, we've been feeling this Jupiter-Pluto coming up. Jupiter is retrograde right now. Pluto is retrograde right now. A lot of times I find when planets are retrograde, it almost feels like the energies are much more intense than when they're direct. That's just my opinion. Jupiter rules abundance, prosperity. More importantly, it rules our belief systems and sometimes judgments, and it rules the expansion principle. So whatever Jupiter touches, it expands, and Pluto is all about power. So Jupiter is expanding this sense of power. So whether this is empowerment and taking back your power, or situations and circumstances and possibly relationships where there's disempowering energies. Now, this is not only on the personal level, but this is also on the collective level. There's been a lot of things happening in the last at least couple of weeks regarding power and control issues between different groups of people, let's say, on the society level, on the collective level. And Jupiter's expanding that a little bit out of proportion. Jupiter's expanding it beyond, where it needs to be, basically. It's making it bigger. It's making the drama bigger. Jupiter can make dramas a lot bigger. And in this instance, I think Jupiter is expanding that power and control kind of drama. But Pluto also rules death and rebirth, transformation, and change. And so the purpose of any drama, the purpose of any power issues is to expand beyond that and move into a death and rebirth cycle, to move into a time of us taking our power back, which is what challenges sometimes does. It pushes us to take back our power. And this is definitely one of those time periods where Jupiter is expanding us into maybe disempowerment energies, personally and on a collective level, in order to transform the situation, transform what's happening, transform how it seems to be unfolding or how we're treating each other, and allowing people to own their power, use their power wisely, take back their power. And Jupiter also being about our belief systems is, what do you believe about your own internal sense of power? What do you believe about power in general? What do you believe about your spiritual power and how to utilize your spiritual power? So again, what are your philosophies and beliefs about that? That's what Jupiter-Pluto has been and is all about. As we go into Tuesday, we have the Sun, which is in the sign of Cancer. Now, Cancer rules home, family, nurturing, love, caring, listening, counseling, all these divine feminine intuitiveness, empathic abilities. Sun in Cancer is highlighting these energies. Mostly we're dealing with home, family, community, and service to those people in our immediate environment. It's in a challenging connection on Tuesday the 30th with Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. Chiron is bringing up wounds right now for different groups of people, and depending on how it's affecting you personally in your own astrological chart, regarding your sense of self, your self-identity, your confidence, your courage, your independence, your take charge ability, your ability to move forward and make things happen in your life with, again, this sense of confidence. Now, since they are in a challenge with one another, there definitely might be some sort of challenge within home and family matters. A person's sense of identity or sense of independence or sense of confidence, emotionally speaking, since the sun is in Cancer, an emotional sign, a sensitive sign, a very empathic sign. We might be feeling a little bit emotionally out of balance. We might be being pushed. Our buttons are being pushed. And again, we're being pushed to own our sense of self, to figure out who we are, to understand who we are, our self-identity again, to have confidence in who we are. Also on that same day, the Sun and Mercury retrograde are coming together. So the Sun is in Cancer, Mercury is retrograde in Cancer, they also come together. Mercury rules our thoughts, our perceptions, our ideas, and how we communicate. And when it's retrograde, sometimes there's miscommunication. So especially again in the home and family area, now this can be a biological family, this can be adopted family, this can be those people that you have a very close emotional bond to that are maybe just friends or people that are in your life. But if you have a close emotional bond, they're like your family. So these people are those that you're close to. There might be some communication issues going on right now, especially with the sun challenging Chiron and our sense of self and self-identity. Mercury brings in the communication aspect, or it brings in the aspect of our own thoughts and our own perceptions regarding something that's going on within this home and family. And we might be overly sensitive right now. But there's an opportunity on Tuesday to understand things from a higher perspective, to understand things from a higher level, because both the Sun and Mercury, although they're coming together, are also in a positive connection to Uranus. And Uranus is kind of this higher God mind energy, this ability to open up the crown chakra and just kind of allow for a higher download of information to come streaming forth from the cosmos, from the universe, through ourselves, so that we understand what's really going on, people's emotional sensitivities, any miscommunication or any misperception on our part that's going on, any sensitivity we're having on this emotional level. We might have a higher perspective on what it's all about. We might have that aha moment or that higher understanding of what this is all about, trying to teach us or trying to teach the other people in our lives, what we're trying to work through karmically, etc. And then on Wednesday, the 1st of July, now it's Mercury's turn to challenge Chiron. So Mercury retrograde in Cancer is now challenging Chiron on Wednesday. So you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're having some pretty heavy-duty energies taking place. First with Jupiter connecting with Pluto, then the Sun is challenging Chiron, and then on Wednesday, Mercury is challenging Chiron, again bringing up some maybe miscommunications or some I feel like we're feeling overly empathic to other people's energies and emotions, so that it might be even more difficult than usual to be around a person or a group of people that are dealing with their own frustrations or their own depression or their own anger or whatever. We're definitely feeling much more empathic. It's affecting our sense of self and confidence and individuality in some way, shape, or form. Also on Wednesday the 1st, we have Saturn retrograding back into Capricorn. Saturn is the planet of responsibility, structure, and form. Saturn is known as the teacher of lessons and known in ancient astrology as the Lord of Karma. So he does rule kind of karmic lessons, past life challenges, issues where we feel restricted or limited or held back in some way. And he's now retrograde and going back from Aquarius into Capricorn for a few months. So this is where Pluto is. Pluto is in Capricorn right now. Jupiter is in Capricorn right now. And now Saturn is returning to Capricorn. So we have a lot of Capricorn energy, which is about authority, our own inner sense of authority versus those in positions of authority that might be perhaps abusing their own kind of authority or power or control over us. Capricorn is also about our career path, our life path, our destiny path. Capricorn is about our goals and ambitions and what we're trying to accomplish out in the world. So with Saturn going retrograde back into Capricorn, some of these things, I feel like it's kind of like a redo, or we're still working on something. Saturn is saying, have patience. Saturn is the planet of patience and lessons and taking your time and timing. There's something about timing and waiting for the right time in order for some of these things that you might be working on, goals, for instance, or new projects, or trying to shift your career in some way. Saturn is saying, have patience because the timing's not quite right. We have more lessons to uncover, or we have to go over some lessons that you already had in regards to patience, taking things step by step, building a solid foundation, being responsible or taking responsibility for some aspect of your life, or taking responsibility for your own beliefs and how you're utilizing your own thoughts and beliefs in the manifestation principle, because Saturn does rule manifestation. He rules third dimensional time and space, and therefore rules things that are solid or come into form, okay? So it takes time with Saturn to create that manifestation or bring something into form, and we're learning lessons along the way. This leads us up to Saturday and Sunday. The 4th of July, for some of you, depending on what part of the world you live in, the 5th of July, Saturday and Sunday, the full moon lunar eclipse at 13 degrees of Capricorn. Okay, that means the moon is at 13 degrees Capricorn, the sun is opposite that at 13 degrees of Cancer. So those of you that are Cancer Capricorn, and those of you that are in the 90-degree angle signs of Aries and Libra, are all going to be especially affected by this eclipse. Now, all of you are affected by the eclipse because it's going to fall in your astrological chart somewhere, activating something. Full moons are a time of completion, a time of endings, a time of healing, releasing, letting go. Once that full moon comes to a head, then we're in the waning cycle. And again, it's time to release, let go, and bring some sort of endings to the way we think or perceive or do or experience something in our lives. Now, as we're building up during the week to the full moon, that's a great time to do some sort of intention work, if you want to call it magic work, if you want to call it vision work. That is when you want to visualize through meditation and using your imagination, if you will, what it is that you want to kind of create or bring into, again, this manifestation principle, okay? And then when the full moon hits, we're in that releasing phase, letting go. The eclipses are intensifying the energies of endings and new beginnings in our lives in some aspect, right? Depending on where these eclipses in your chart, where it's falling in your astrological chart. Endings, completions, new beginnings, initiations. And the full moon always intensifies people's emotional energy and emotional reactions. The eclipse is going to magnify that even more. There's going to be redirections. There's going to be change. Now, it's not all going to happen this week, although the energies are such this week. They're pretty interesting and somewhat challenging energies that we're moving through for the whole week. With, starting out with Jupiter, Pluto, and ending with that full moon lunar eclipse. So I think this is going to be a heavy-duty week for a lot of people, and you might see a lot of endings, new beginnings within this week. Or at the very least, you'll see the seeds planted for something that is going to be changing and redirecting in some of the weeks that follow, or even some of the months that follow. It might take a while. This full moon lunar eclipse is opposing Mercury in Cancer. It is challenging Chiron, the wounded healer, in Aries, that sign of self. And it's in a positive connection to Uranus. And Uranus is in Taurus, which is another earth sign, just like Capricorn, where this eclipse is. So Taurus is also a sign that is about manifestation. Taurus rules money, finances, our personal resources, our values, and our sense of self-worth, how we value ourselves. But Uranus is that planet of quick, sudden, unexpected redirection and changes. So with this full moon lunar eclipse at 13 degrees Capricorn, positively connecting to Uranus at 10 degrees of Taurus, I feel like that is going to be definitely an indication of some change. There's going to be, again, leading up to the eclipse, some changes, some redirections, some surprises in our lives. We might be like, oh, I didn't see that coming kind of energy. Now, again, it could be positive because it is a positive connection, but Uranus, you always want to expect the unexpected. And because there's so many other energies this week that might be viewed as challenging, you might also want to expect the unexpected as part of like a shocking surprise, or something that you didn't really see or expect coming. So let's go ahead and take a look at, because there's a lot of card messages here to look at. The first message here is, okay, we start out with the 8 of Orbs. This is like the suit of swords in the traditional tarot deck. The orbs are the mental realm, the realm of swords, our thoughts, our ideas, our communications. The number 8 numerologically deals with our sense of power or disempowerment. And so therefore empowerment. Empowerment versus disempowerment. The number 8 also deals with career, business, money, finance, and being our own authority, or dealing with authority issues or power and control issues. Now, the 8 of Orbs is usually about feeling disempowered by something, feeling stuck, feeling entangled in something. And this person actually is actually entangled in a lot of these vines. I don't know if you can see that here with this lighting. But she's kind of all tied up in these entanglement of vines. And it even looks like she has a bit of a blindfold on, if you can see that. It looks like something's covering her eyes. She can't really see, or she's choosing not to see. She's all tied up. She feels like she can't move. She feels like she can't get out of whatever this situation is that she's got herself wound up in. She's feeling very disempowered, very stuck, very restricted, very held back. And here's this beautiful river, this beautiful flowing river, but she's not looking towards the river. And in fact, even if her blindfold wasn't on right now, she wouldn't see the river because she's not focused that way. She's not looking that way. Right now, she's just looking at the situation that she's got herself all wound up in. And so again, there's this feeling of being rather stuck or limited, or needing, again, the base energy here is needing to take back her power. She needs to realize that she's not stuck in these vines, that all she has to do is unravel herself from these vines. They should be quite easy to untangle and release or cut off. Maybe, she can just pull them off. So it might take a little time. She might need to have a little patience, but she can definitely untangle herself from this particular situation. She can free herself, in other words, and she can empower herself. And this is mostly about empowering your own thoughts and belief systems first, because again, this is the realm of the mind. Empower yourself with your thoughts and your belief systems first, and that will help you to free yourself from this entangled situation that you found yourself in. You are not stuck, you are not limited, you are not restricted, you are not being held back in such a way that you can't get out of it. There's free will choice here, and you can always make a free will choice to take a different direction, to make a different decision, to untangle yourself from the energies and move forward. So let's see what came out with that card. Usually I try to pick 3 cards, as most of you often know, but cards were just flying out of the deck this week, I suspect from the full moon lunar eclipse energies, and this one came out with the 8 of Orbs. And we have the Hanging Man here. This is Major Arcana number 12, the Hanging Man. And the Hanging Man, as you can see, usually in a traditional tarot deck, he's hanging upside down from a branch by 1 foot. And he's usually in that position where his other leg is sort of crossed over. But you can see in this particular rendition, he is within a pendulum. He's inside of a crystal pendulum. Now, crystals can magnify energies, and he's upside down, and his crown chakra is all lit up. So what we can ascertain from that is that perhaps here the crystal is representative of expanded perceptions that are maybe kind of out of whack, if you will, because he's upside down, right? He's not seeing things from like an upright vantage point. He's seeing things from like a reversed vantage point, and things are being expanded or dramatized, kind of with that Jupiter expanding the Pluto energies outside of the realm of, you know, where they need to be. Things are being kind of, the drama is being exaggerated here. This crystal is exaggerating or amplifying the energies. However, he's hanging upside down, so he's trying to look at things from a different perspective. And even more than hanging upside down and trying to look at things from a different perspective, he's in kind of a meditative mode. He doesn't even have his eyes open. His eyes are closed. He's in this meditation kind of space. His crown chakra is lit up, indicating that he's looking now inward and looking at things from a higher perspective and looking at his own belief systems regarding whatever he's got going on in his life. So again, if we reflect back to the 8 of orbs, whatever situation where you're feeling disempowered or entangled in, look at things from a higher perspective. What is the purpose of what this situation is all about? And look at things from a different vantage point. You can change the situation, understand what the higher lesson is, understand what you're supposed to be learning from the situation. And for a time, maybe just allow things to unfold. Allow the dust to settle. This is eclipse week here, lunar eclipse week. So we might have to wait for certain things to play out before we're able to kind of release ourselves from that entangled situation. But know that as you're looking at things from a different vantage point, what the purpose is, what the higher purpose is, and understand it from, again, this higher spiritual perspective. And just kind of surrender here. You know, the Hanged Man, he's kind of in a surrender mode. He's surrendering to what is. He's surrendering to what is happening in the moment. And as he's looking at things from a different perspective and shifting his belief systems about it, he'll be able to then move forward and untangle himself eventually if he desires to. Now let's take a look at the next card here. And we have another orbs card. This is the 10 of orbs. These sword cards can be a little challenging. The 10 of orbs, or the 10 of swords, is kind of about negative thinking. It's kind of about fears and anxieties. And you can see this person kind of face down in a bed. We have all of these orbs kind of coming down, pressing down upon him. I want to say you're feeling overwhelmed. Like all of these thoughts, all of these situational energies, all of the anxiety energies, maybe some of the depression energy, it's all weighing down upon you. And you feel like you just want to hide somewhere. You want to kind of bury your head in your pillow and take a nice long needed rest. And what to me this is saying, because when I look at this card, not like the traditional 10 of swords, but when I look at this sword, the heavy orbs are right here at his back, like weighing down upon him. Those thoughts, those, you know, the anxiety situations, the feelings are kind of weighing down upon him. But as I look up, now this is my own intuition here with this particular card, look at the sparkly energy. Like it gets lighter and more sparkly. It reminds me of the universe. It reminds me of the stars in the sky. So whatever these burdensome thoughts or feelings or energies are, it gets lighter and lighter. Like you can just, it dissipates, you know, like almost like this is third dimensional reality down here. This is what we're dealing with in the present moment. But really from a higher level, from a higher perspective, again, going back to the Hanging Man, this is all just energy. And energy is malleable. Energy can be changed. Energy can be redirected. So if we redirect our thoughts and feelings and we allow them to kind of transmute, kind of transcending those heavy energies down here, or transmute those heavy energies down here, I feel like, you know, this is about clearing. You know, the eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse, we're going to clear, we're going to heal, we're going to release, we're going to let go, we're going to transcend or rise above whatever this heavy energy is. Nothing stays the same. Eventually things are going to change. And the number 10 suggests that we're at the end or completion of something, because after the 10 in the minor arcana of the tarot, we get to the court cards, the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So we're at the end of something. The 10 is the last of the minor arcana cards here before the court cards come in. So whatever this situation or feeling or energy is all about, we're nearing the end of it. So don't kind of throw in the towel, don't go into despair, don't go into negativity. Allow whatever these energies are down here in the third dimensional realm. Call in the highest vibration of light, like call in Saint Germain to help transmute it, call in Archangel Michael to pull cords between you and whatever situation this is involving, and allow this to turn into this nice, light, sparkly, magical, universal energy, okay? That's what I want to say about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next card. Next card here came out as 2 cards as well. And oh, not surprised to see Luna. This is Major Arcana number 18, and in the traditional tarot, it's of course the moon. So we're not surprised to see Luna here the week of the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. And you can see a nice big full bright moon, intense with energy and emotion and feeling. And we see this wave of energy, and this can be like waves of emotion, right? There's kind of a darkness in this card. It's like almost nighttime, but the wave is rising. So this to me would indicate our emotions are rising. Now, it doesn't mean that we're necessarily playing them out with other people, although definitely a lot of people will play out their emotions with other people. But this is just about us on a personal level. There's an emotional wave inside of us that's rising to the surface. You can look at it as the subconscious energies that need healing. So subconscious belief systems or old situations and circumstances from the past, feelings that we have been buried down deep within us, maybe for more than one lifetime, maybe for, a few lifetimes. So this wave of emotion and emotional energy is rising so that there can be a release, a letting go, which is part of this full moon lunar eclipse. Now the moon also is heightened intuitions, heightened psychic sensitivity, heightened healing abilities, and I also get the sense of that from this card as well. Our own empathic and psychic and healing abilities are on the rise right now. They're intensifying, and the eclipse energy is definitely magnifying that. So utilize that in the most positive way. Do a ceremony. Calling in, visualizing the energies that you want to create in your life, how you want to feel in your life, feeling those positive emotions, maybe writing down your intentions, maybe doing a ceremony by the water, because water intensifies. Water is an intensification factor of our thoughts, ideas, and intentions, which is why it's always good to kind of meditate or visualize next to a lake or a stream or a river. It's a really soothing thing to be out in nature anyway, but that water is going to amplify those energies. It's a time of magic. The moon is like mystery and magic and the subconscious and priestess energies and divine feminine energies. And I feel like, I almost feel really excited when I see this card. So let's look at what the other card is that came out with this and see what it has to tell us. There we go. Ooh, gotta love that. That's Major Arcana 3. In this deck, it's called Abundance. In the traditional tarot, this is the Empress card. So we have more divine feminine energy here. Now, some of you may be surprised to know that Capricorn is a feminine sign in the zodiac. Some of you might feel like, oh, Capricorn, authority and career, and it feels like it should be masculine, but it's not. It's a feminine sign. And so here we have Luna, which is feminine energy, divine feminine energy, and now we have Abundance, or the Empress card, which is, again, divine feminine energy. And I love this because she almost looks like the priestess back here, although this is the Empress card, or the Abundance card. But she's kind of standing in ceremony. She's got this magical kind of pyramid of energy, light energy, in a pyramid form above her head. And as above, so below. She's bringing down and she's channeling down something from higher dimensional energies down here into the third dimension. She's doing some sort of magical energy here. And the Empress card, like Abundance, as it's called, is about expanding into blessings, prosperity, abundance, magic. Let's just call it magic, positive magic. So the number 3, the third major arcana, the number 3 is about expansion. This reminds me of Jupiter at the beginning of week coming together with Pluto, expanding the powerful energy or expanding us into our spiritual power. I feel like if we choose to this week with the eclipse energies, even though there's some challenging energies in the mix this week, I feel like we can really expand into this magical, powerful, divine feminine energy. And what is the divine feminine? It's about healing. It's about psychic energy, creation, allowing, going with the flow, surrendering. I mean, it's all these wonderful things where we are just calling it in, magnetizing it to us. You know, divine feminine calls it in, magnetizes it to us, you know, envisions and creates. And I feel like this can be a wonderfully powerful week. And although there's some challenging cards here, there's also, to me, some very positive messages, especially at the end here with Luna and the Empress card. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Black Moon astrology card here. I pulled one because we have a full moon lunar eclipse. I wanted to see what energy dynamic the universe or our angels and guides want us to pay attention to this week. And we have Aquarius, which is interesting because this is a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, but Aquarius is I know. Aquarius energy is higher vibrational energy that deals with our hopes, our dreams, our wishes. It deals with group endeavors, humanitarian endeavors, people coming together to work for a common goal or for the common good of all. Aquarius is scientific, it's technological, it's progressive, it's even astrological. Actually, Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius rules astrology. The sign of Aquarius also rules channeling, in my opinion. So opening up the crown chakra is, to me, that Aquarius energy where we're just allowing for the download of higher dimensional energies or universal energies, or we're channeling that energies through speaking, teaching, writing, sharing our ideas, coming together, again, into groups that want to help in some way. This is kind of like light worker, like positive light worker energy to me. So Aquarius, working towards our dreams, our goals, our vision for the future. Aquarius is very futuristically oriented. So this is about working towards a higher state of being, in my opinion. So this is a very, very positive energy. Love this. Love this card for this week. Now let's see what Archangel is overseeing the week from the Angels of Atlantis card. Ooh, Archangel Raziel. And this one says faith. Archangel Raziel. There's a couple of Archangel Raziel cards in this particular deck, but this one, he is giving us the message of faith. Have faith, which to me goes back to almost that Aquarian energy. You know, the Aquarian energy, Archangel Raziel, makes me think of magic, and Raziel actually feels like the magician energy to me, where you're creating your own reality. And look at this person standing out with outstretched arms, sort of like the Empress here. The Empress is standing with outstretched arms and, you know, creating this magical pyramid of light energy. And here we have Raziel standing with outstretched arms, or at least this person in the card is standing with outstretched arms. We have all these sparkles of light around this person, creating magic, creating what it is that they want to manifest in their life. Archangel Raziel is the archangel that deals with divine magic and alchemy and the downloading and understanding of esoteric wisdom and knowledge. Again, it's like he's the Merlin the magician archangel, so to speak. So have faith in what is occurring in your life right now, no matter what it appears to be. Going back to the Hanged Man, the Hanged Man says look at things from a different perspective, because what you're seeing with your physical eyes might not be the reality of what's really happening. Archangel Raziel is saying to have faith because you don't really know yet, because of all the puzzle pieces not being in place. You don't really know yet exactly what's going to happen, but as you have faith, be assured that you're going to be moving into a time of blessings and abundance with that Empress card. As long as you shift your belief systems, you shift your thoughts, you expand into the highest perceptions possible, expand into higher emotions of happiness, joy, faith, trust, feeling worthy and deserving, shifting into unconditional love. you know, and moving away from the lower energies, moving away from the lower energies of fear or anxiety or confusion or depression, right? We're going to move into just a knowingness, which Aquarius, the Aquarius key phrase there is I know. And so that knowingness is knowing that the universe is divinely protecting and guiding you. So have faith, Archangel Raziel says, because there's a lot of magical energies that are happening here that are going to, if you utilize them correctly, and there's no right or wrong, so don't feel like you're not utilizing them correctly, but if you have positive thoughts and intentions, I guess, and I think that everybody watching this video has positive thoughts and intentions about what they would like to see manifest in their life or create in their life, and maybe for those that you love too. So know that that's going to be supported, that you're being supported in this time. So let's take a look at the special message card. Did I even tell you what the special message deck was? I don't think I did. This is a new deck that I have. It's called Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. I just got this not even a week ago, so it's been cleansed, it's been activated, it's been meditated with, it's been kind of magicked, if you will, with positive intentions. And so for those of you that chose the selenite, special message card for selenite. Special message card for selenite for the week of the full moon solar eclipse, selenite. This one's calling my attention as I open my eyes for selenite people. And this says, ooh, play, love it. Play, have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. So they definitely want you to lighten up. This is a heavy, you know, kind of a heavy time, this time that we've had of about 6 weeks of eclipse energies, right? And maybe even before that, definitely. But this is saying to lighten up the energies. Create, play, have fun, let your inner child out, be colorful. This is a very colorful card. Look at all those wonderful pastel colors. So I feel like you have to let your inner child out to play. You have to, because that's going to lighten your energy vibration, right? If we're all serious and it's all about work or dealing with the day-to-day details, and we're kind of stuck in this, you know, certain energy vibration that maybe is not the best for manifestation of our highest goals, dreams, and wishes. So if we play and we're artistic and we're creative and we have fun and we get together with friends, or we color, or we jump rope, or we, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, run down the beach, just allow that inner child to come out and play, laugh, have fun, connect with people that uplift you. And that is going to raise your energy vibration in order to get into this state of abundance, prosperity, and blessings of that Empress card, so that you can bring forward to you and magnetize to you all these beautiful blessings coming down from this ray of sunshine, okay? And as I said that, I almost want to say by the time we get to the new moon in August, okay? So we're going to have a new moon yet in July, but I feel like this is a new moon in August, where the sun and the moon are both in Leo. This is what it feels like to me, you know, because Leo rules kind of that inner child energy anyway. So look at the new moon in August as a time for maybe the ray of blessings, you know, the beginning of blessings to start showering down in your life. All right, beautiful. And then for those of you that chose the Lepidolite, okay, Lepidolite people, special message for Lepidolite. Special message for Lepidolite. The one on the bottom keeps calling my attention as I kind of shuffled there. And this says soul family, soul family. And it says, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Beautiful. So I feel like, you know, it goes back to that Aquarius energy of connecting with groups of like-minded people, associates, friends, groups, humanitarian endeavors, connecting with your soul family. And this can be not necessarily in person. This can be online. This is, you know, somehow we're coming together. I feel like those of us, you know, kind of like light workers coming together within groups. You know, I've been working, you know, with with Kathy Munson on a project every Friday, doing a live event on Facebook, and she's, we're doing an online fair. She's kind of developed, or what do I want to say? She's hosted. We're doing our Empowered Voices podcast every month. So, she's part of my soul family that I've attracted in. Now, that's just one example. It might be more than one person. It might be a significant other. This actually shows two people on a beach. And I feel like those dolphins are definitely significant. Dolphins, a very highly conscious being, mammal from the ocean. So there's something about looking up the totem energy for the dolphin. It feels very Atlantis-like to me. So there's something about Atlantis and maybe previous lifetime connections with Atlantis that you're having. And they're kind of bringing that together now and saying that some of who we were with in the Atlantean times, we're going to be connecting with again. If we haven't already, we're being drawn together with that soul family, that soul tribe that we have from the Atlantean times, where we came together as light workers to help the planet, and to move forward in the most positive way, raise the vibration of the planet. And then, of course, how things happen in Atlantean times, it seems like we're kind of on a repeat cycle here with some of the energies going on, but I feel like we're coming together. This is a very important time period for the history of humanity, and I feel like some of the challenges that we've been experiencing is the initiation of the activation of these soul families coming together to do positive good for the planet, to clean the oceans, to clean the air, to connect with, the animal kingdom, to connect with nature, to bring in unconditional love as a soul family to help to heal the planet in some way. So again, you're going to be attracting new friends, new associations, and new soul family connections in the next few weeks to come here. All right. Then for those of you who chose what was that called again? The flower agate, right? Flower agate, cherry blossom agate. Okay, I like cherry blossom agate. That's what I'm going to call it. Cherry blossom agate, special message, cherry blossom agate. This one here is calling my attention, pulling it out. Council of Light. Ooh, I like that too. Council of Light. And we have, it looks like, a lot of ascended masters in there. It says divine orchestration. You have helpers in the subtle realms. I can see Buddha in there, or Maitreya Buddha. I can see Jesus. I can see Mother Mary. And there's a few others there. A lot of ascended masters called the Council of Light. So this is a message where you have a lot of help from the ascended masters, or the goddesses or ancestors of the highest vibration of light, healers of the highest vibration of light, coming together to assist you. I feel like they're assisting the collective of humanity, but they're also assisting those of you that chose the cherry blossom agate as well. So call on your team. Call on your team, because they're assisting you, guiding you, and helping you through this time. They each might have their own individual roles. You might have to call on certain individual ones during any particular time. If you need a warrior goddess, call on the warrior goddess, whoever that might be. I'm thinking of Apollo, although Apollo is not a goddess, but I'm thinking of Apollo, and there's Pallas Athena. She's a warrior goddess. If you're needing gentle, loving, nurturing, and caring, you might think of Mother Mary or Kuan Yin. If you're needing healing, maybe Master Jesus, or, what's the other one that comes to mind? Archangel Raphael, Master Hilarion. So depending on who you need, I feel like you're needing to start working with, expanding your group of who you're working with, on the other side. Archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, maybe even star brothers and sisters of the light. I'm feeling like, and as I say that, I'm looking at the stars up here, and there even looks to be like a little moon or something back there in the background. So definitely star brothers and sisters of light also want to be part of the Council of Light. Those that are here to help you in your endeavors, especially those of you that are light workers who are working, you know, on humanitarian projects, or to adopt, you know, some sort of life path, career path that involves helping humanity in some way, shape, or form. So call on the Council of Light because they're there to help you. All right, everybody, that was a long one, but thank you for hanging in there and watching till the end. I want to send all of you a lot of thank yous, a lot of love and light and healing during this time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for just being. Thank you for your presence at this time period in the history of our planet. I send you lots of love and light, and I send you many, many angel blessings.